Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie today? So last week, we pretty much ended up with a range bar, okay? And this range bar is pretty much indecision. And for me, we've got two levels. So that's the first one, which also coincides with the 20 moving average on the weekly, and the bottom of the range is here. So this is the two lines in the sand for me to indicate the direction we're going to move. So we could possibly just continue ranging inside this range, but we could also break to the upside. I think that's going to be the higher probability trade this week. Let's just get down to daily. So you can see the weekly range top and bottom is pretty much still inside the single daily candle. So that's a whole week pretty much that we traded inside one day's candle. But something's going to give, and these are inside bars, so it does indicate a move to the downside. But what I'm seeing is we are bouncing off the 200 moving average. So my bias is that this is a consolidation for the next leg up. And the next leg up is pretty much from there to the top of the range. And I'll do that. So this is pretty much my bias. And you can see there is a daily gap in this area. So that's going to be the levels that I'm looking for this week if we do break to the upside. If we break the downside, then we're looking for a revisit of these lower levels here. Okay, the oscillators are pointing up. They kind of pretty much, they're not in any area to start getting worried that a move to the downside or a retracement is going to happen. So they're pretty much stuck in the middle. Okay, and looking at the fall, you can see we had a wedge here, which I highlighted on Friday, which pretty much broke. But what basically happened, you can see we had this wedge, the wedge target was hit, which is down the bottom here. And now what we have is that this wedge has now become a channel. Okay, so we're going to need a break above here for this to be seen as just a consolidation phase to move to the upside. Otherwise, we have a much bigger flag here for a move back down to close this gap. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking at the moment. Just want to get rid of all these diagonal lines. So for me right now, this is move to the upside. We are consolidating. We're looking for a break of this level, or alternatively this level. So that's kind of what we're looking for. Now if we get down to the hour, and you'll see we do have another consolidation, which is this one here. Pretty much just a downward channel, and we've broken out of that channel. So I would suspect we at least target the top here. So that's kind of what I'm looking for today. Excuse me. So you can also see that the 200 EMA on all the time frames, so the daily, 4-hour, and the weekly, are all playing and daily, 4-hour, and hourly are all playing a pretty big role in holding up price at the moment. Okay, so before we look at what today's strategy is, let's just look at the open range breakout strategy, or closing breakout strategy, sorry. So that was Thursday's close. These were the 2 half-hour candles, the last hour of trading. You can see how we gapped up on Friday and we hit the breakout target before reversing, coming down to close the opening gap and more, and then immediately hit the downside target. This little turn here on the 50% Fibonacci would have given you the indication that you need to look for another target to the downside, which would be in the next level, which is in target number 2. And that's pretty much where we consolidated. A little squirt down just to confuse everybody, and then turn and move to the upside. Okay, so today is pretty much more of the same, except this is a very big range. Okay, so you can see the breakout target lines up with the top of the range. So that's kind of the view that I have right now. And right now, I can tell you that international markets are pretty much up. You see 10 cents up 2%. The Nikkei's up 3% at the moment. So international markets are up. So I would assume we're going to gap up and probably hit the breakout targets, if not at the open, pretty soon after the open. So it's going to be difficult to get in on this. We'll have to wait to see whether we get a break of this to trade the breakout, or if we get this and we get a pullback for an entry long. But I'm definitely looking for longs, and I'm looking for this to continue. So what I'm really looking for is a break above here and a move to the upside. We are in a squeeze. You can see the Bollinger Squeeze here on the 4 hour. So it's a break either side. Okay, I think you can actually adjust this. If you get a break below this level, you can expect more downside. But I think for me, it should be a gap up, bit of a consolidation or pullback, and then a move to the upside to break this level. And then we're looking for the top of the range. Okay, so that's the first top of the range, but this is the next level, and also that top there. So we have 500 points. We're probably going to have a 500 point gap up. So we'll have to wait for consolidation, a little bit of pullback, and then hopefully aim to break through this level. Okay, guys, so that's my take on today. And I just want to get down to 12 before we go. And you can see how Friday, this consolidation here, little inverted head and shoulders here. There was the shoulder, there was the head, there was the shoulder. And we broke out, that target was hit, and then immediately continued through, and we closed pretty strong. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking for more of this move to continue, and we'll see how it goes today. Anyway, guys, stay safe, keep those stops tight, and enjoy the day. I'll catch up with you later. Cheers, man.